You know, I was, I had went for a walk to the store, and I was just thinking about, I don't think about race all the time, but I mean, you can't help but to think about it because you're an American, and I'm a product of race in this country. Um, but I was just thinking about as I was walking to the store, and I was thinking about spirituality, and I was thinking about religion, and also about faith, prayer, meditation, all that stuff. And I related it to racism because, I was thinking as, being a black man in America, uh, in order to make it in a country that's pretty much not on your side, you have to really have some type of spiritual background to, in order to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in order to move forward, you have to have some type of faith in something. You have to, because any black man in this country that can, like for instance, become rich or successful or be put himself in a position where he can take care of his family, that's a damn miracle. And it's funny. I used to watch this show called GGN Network. Right, it's Snoop Dogg's little thing on YouTube, and Snoop Dogg would talk about how he would always have different guests on there. He had like Pharrell on there. Uh, Kelly Riley. He had a bunch of like, rich, prominent, artists, black artists on there. And one thing I noticed, he said he always ends his show asking the celebrity this question, whoever the particular celebrity is. He asks them this question: "What the first thing do you do when you get up, when you wake up and get up in the morning?" And a lot of the people, some of them, like some of the young rappers say I go to the bathroom, I roll me up some weed. But a lot of the really successful ones, like I think he had Pharrell on there, he had Taylor Riley, I think he might have had he had Russell Simmons, which is Russell Simmons going through his little thing right now, but Russell Simmons is a multi-million-dollar man. All these higher celebrities that these young rappers want to get to, he had these cats on there, like all these, rich prominent people, Wiz Khalifa, like, and all of them say the same thing, Um, well, maybe I shouldn't say Wiz Khalifa. I'm talking about like Pharrell. I think the big ones he had was Rick Pharrell, Russell Simmons. He had somebody else on there too. I forgot who it was, who was really, really famous and rich. I forgot who. Oh, Jamie. He had Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx on there. And he always ends the thing with the first question. The question he asks them, "What's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning?" And those people always say, "I meditate and I pray." I meditate, and Diddy was on there on his show, 50 Cent. They say they meditate and they pray. Meditate, pray. They meditate and they pray. I was like, "There's something to that." And I'm thinking to myself, they had to pray every day. Every day they had to pray and ask God or whoever their spiritual person is, Buddhist, whoever they pray to. They had to ask something spiritually and meditate on that in order to get in the position that they're in. They had to. And all of them all say the same thing. They always talk to God and thank God for what they putting them in the position that they have. So that has been a consistent thing that they've done to get them to that point. Because they're black men in America where all the odds is against them to make it to that position of multi millionaire. And they made it like it has to be spiritual. It has to be, man. 95% of the nation's wealth is owned by white people, and those are the people who usually hate black people. They're going to make sure black people don't get that kind of money that they have, where they can live in a good neighborhood like they do, good schools. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make sure that black people don't get the kind of capital that they really need to be successful and not go through poverty. So in order to beat that, the legal system is against us. You can be pulled over and murdered by a cop, and the cop can get off. All this stuff is against black people, especially black men. And these people made it to multi millionaire in a nation that when like doesn't made where they can't get to that kind of position. It has to be nothing but prayer and meditation. It has to be. Kobe Bryant talked about how he prays and he meditates. In order to get the kind of success he had to be. Come on, man. That's a one to get to the status of Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. That's a one in a zillion chance in a black man to get to that. Come on, that kind of success and prominence and money in America where everything is set against you. You have to have in a society where everything is just, you have to have religion on your side or some kind of spirituality. You have to. It's nowhere in the world, and it's consistent prayer and meditation, not just pray 1 month because when you had a bad month, make it and something didn't go right. It's even when you're happy consistently. Thank you, God, gratitude, asking God, God, I want this to happen. If you can make this happen for me, God, God, make this happen for me, God. If you can, make this open this door for me, if you could do this, do that. It has to be consistently or whoever. I say God because that's who I look to. So whoever you want to use, Buddha, whatever, whoever your spiritual person is, Scientology, whatever you use, it has to connect to the universe to where it can come to fruition. And it has to be consistently talking to God, talking to whoever your spiritual person is. I'm saying God because that's who I look to. Consistently talking to God, meditating on it, that turning the TV off, shutting the phone off, putting that up, and just see. And see, here's the thing. This is what I'm learning. Everything, everything is a distraction. Everything is a distraction. From the internet to Facebook to um, uh, movies, TV shows, Idiot Box. It distracts you from tapping into that manifestation. Because then you become competition. If everybody consistently prayed, meditated, and really focused on their goals, consistently thinking about it, consistently putting that mental energy into it, it's going to happen. And they can't have everybody being, they're like Jeff Bezos. You know what I'm saying? That's competition. So we're gonna distract you with this. Hey, look at this. Beyonce just had a baby. Ooh, look at this on TV now. Movie coming out. The Black Panther. If they distract you, ooh, we got a black president. They distract you with all this bullshit to the point where you don't get to that point where you can meditate and pray and think deeply and get to the next level of your life. The law of attraction is real, man. I'm starting to realize it now. And you have to be the thing about it, you have to be consistent of it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be and just think about it. I'm realizing now, like, what do you got? What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose if it don't work? Has your way been working for you? Has not doing that worked? Have you gotten any goals done? I'm realizing that myself. Me not being consistent with my meditation and my prayer and my talking to a spiritual, talking to a higher power, talking to God, telling them repeatedly. They always say if you repeat something consistently, it will come to fruition. I think back to um, Tupac and how he died, and the energy that he put out there that I think led to his demise. Um, they said that Tupac had premonition that he was going to die young. I don't think that was what was the case. I think Tupac kept putting out the energy to the point where he died young. you know, Listen to most of his album. He's talking about, so many tears. He talks about death. A lot of his music, even when he does anything happy, he puts a touch of death in it. You know what I'm saying? Um, he put out that energy, and that energy came, in 1996. That energy came to fruition. He got what he wished for. You know what I'm saying? Consistent. And then people playing that music, and that music is going out into the atmosphere. You know, Biggie, you know, both his albums dealt with death. The names of them. The first album was called Ready to Die. The second album, he was standing by a hearse. It was called Life After Death, and he talked about it. You know, that's energy that you're putting out in the universe. And what ultimately happened, the universe gave Biggie what he asked for. You know, in 1997. It was in 1997 when he passed away, or 98. Let me see. I think it was March 90. I think it was March 97. I think he died 6 months after Pac died. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it is, but I'm just gonna make sure. I don't think it was. What year did Biggie Smalls die? Yeah, March 9th, 1997. Okay, yeah. So I was right. Um, his son CJ looked just like him. Um, but yeah, he put the energy out there of consistent chance of death, and he talked about death so much in his music at the point that the universe gave him what he asked for. 50 Cent talked about that too. 50 Cent says that he doesn't talk about death hardly in his music. He talks about getting money, partying, things that he wants to come true, building. Look at 50 Cent. He's still living healthy, multi-million dollar music guy, and now he's making multi-millions in film now. He put the energy out there in his music, and people playing his music. So that energy is just going out there and it's happening to him. It's being put out there. As people keep listening to his music, that energy and that stuff is going out into the universe and it's developing for him more and more and more and more faster. He gets this deal, this deal, this deal. It's energy is a big part of a lot of stuff, man. 'Cause this whole thing is made from energy. You know, I'm starting to realize that now. But that's not all you got to. Now that's not all you can do. You can't just rely on energy. You got to put the work in. We know that, but I think that's the foundation for that work to come to fruition. Come to fruition. You know, faith. They say faith without works is dead. Works without faith is dead as well. You can work and don't put no faith into nothing, you're just gonna be on a hamster wheel, like everybody in America. They don't. We just get up, go to work, get up, go to work. We don't really pray. We don't really go to church. We don't really write down a goal that we really want to obtain and meditate on it and talk to God about it. We just go and then hope that maybe things get better. You're gonna be forever on that hamster wheel. I'm realizing that now. You got to put some faith and meditation into something and have a goal. Put faith, meditation into it, and consistently keep your mind on it. Consistently focus on it. Don't let up. This is what you really want, and plan it out to the T. Write it down. This is what I want to happen, God. Boom, 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 boom. Now it may not go exactly how you want it, but 9 times out of 10, if you can consistently put that energy into that, it's going to happen for you. God, I want to live to be 96. That's why I tell God, I want to live to be 96 years old. I want to go out like Cicely Tyson. She went out at 90 at the age I want to go out at. 96 years old. Uh, it's this. I mean, that's the 100 would be cool, but you know, I figured I put 96 with the year I graduated high school and stuff like that. So I figured that'd be a dope age to go out. I graduated high school in 1996. I graduated to heaven in 1990. When I turned 96. You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be just a brilliant transition. But within that time span, I want to accomplish some things, man. You know. But I haven't been talking to God. I haven't been meditating on it. I haven't really been setting down a really clear, sit down and quiet. And then when I say write down something, I'm talking about sit down with a notebook and you're just a complete quiet room, like where I'm at now. Turn your phone off, turn your TV off. Sit down and say, what do you want to happen in your life? And then write it completely out. What do I want to come to fruition in my life? Once you write that down, you'll see it before you and you'll know how to move. Okay. And read that every day and stick to that goal every day. This is what I got to do. You got to read it every day. I get distracted, pull that piece of paper out, that notepad out, and read that again. Read it every day. Read it. You constantly putting that energy out there to the point where it's going to open up for you. You don't get that phone call. You don't get a phone. Stuff happens. Let me tell you something, man. If 2020 didn't make me realize something, I would say in the past 2 or 3 years before even the pandemic, man. But the things I've seen, anything in this world can, I'll say in the past 4 years, anything in this world can happen, dog. Anything can happen. There's no, the most random things can happen. No, 10 years ago, let me tell you something. 10 years ago, which is not really that long ago, if somebody would have told you, this is back when Obama was in office in 10 years ago, probably what, 2011? If somebody would have told you Trump was going to be president, you would laugh in their face like, we ain't no way in hell. Trump? Mm-mm. What happened? Somebody would tell you 10 years ago, um, this is for the hip hop people, that Nipsey would have been killed. He was this guy doing so much good that somebody would have shot him down. You'd be like, oh, that's that. Well, why somebody would do that to Nipsey? It happened. If somebody would have told you 10 years ago Kobe Bryant was going to die in a helicopter crash, you'd be like, oh, that ain't, that's bad. Why would you think that? Ain't that would never happen? Like, why would that happen? It could happen, but like that. I don't see that happening. Happened. Um, COVID. If somebody would have told you that you would have to have a surgical mask just to go to the store to get Fruit Loops 10 years ago, you would have thought they was insane, and you would have thought that they would have been need to be locked up and committed for telling you that. It's 2021. You're wearing masks to go get Fruit Loops at the grocery store. They won't let you in unless you have a mask. Come on now. Anything can happen, dog. These past 4 years made me realize anything can happen. So if anything can happen, why can't anything happen to you? Why can't something good happen to you? Why can't you own a mansion in 5 years and you live in the projects now? Or 2 years, you'll be living from you found the way to get you kept putting the ideal out there, you kept manifesting, praying on it, you kept putting the energy out there. Why couldn't you be living in the projects in the jungles, and then 2 years later you living in the mansion in Brentwood? You own the most expensive mansion in Brentwood. People say, "Oh, that can never happen." You're wearing a mask to go get Fruit Loops. Come on, man. Anything can happen. Come on, man. So I believe that. I'm starting to really, and then I want to tap into this. I want to really tap into this and really see if this really works. I think I'm gonna give myself 30. I'll probably give myself maybe 30 days to see if this actually happens. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna really pray and meditate on this and really focus on it and put the energy out there consistently and see if this law of attraction stuff really works. I'm only gonna give it 30 days, but it's gonna be 30 days consistently pondering on it, thinking about it, putting the energy out there, talking about it, and telling the universe what I really want, telling God what I really want, and I want to see if it'll come to fruition. What my goal is to basically get my YouTube channel back, The Genius Machine, and I want to get my channel to 100,000. I want to be one of the most influential YouTube. I'm gonna get my YouTube channel back and be one of the most influential people on social media all over the world. That's my goal. That's my end goal. I want to be one of the most influential people. I'm gonna have millions of followers on YouTube, and I want it. I want it to happen. Now, will it happen in 30 days? I don't know. But let's just see if let's see if it does. It may. It may. It may. I want to be one of the biggest people on social media on YouTube. That's the end goal. You know, I'm gonna have millions and millions of followers. That's the end goal. And here's the thing: once I get my millions of followers, once my YouTube channel is one of the biggest YouTube channels on the platform, I want to take those followers and I want to build. I want to take those followers and move it over to my own platform. I want to eventually have my own Netflix. I want to eventually have my own to the point where I have people come to my platform off of YouTube and give me a subscription. I'm not going to charge people a lot, maybe $8 a month, $9 a month, and I can really put out the movies that I've always wanted to make and direct and produce myself and have my own audience that I can tap into directly without going through somebody. I want to have my own Netflix. I just found out tonight that my cousin, he knows how to build his own. He actually knows how to build a Netflix platform. My little cousin. So um, once I get to that point where I got millions of followers on YouTube, I want to take those followers and take them off YouTube and put them into my own Netflix platform where I can really be free. Because when you're on a YouTube platform, that's why I deleted my channel. YouTube controls everybody's channel. I don't like that. YouTube is everybody's God. I don't like that. I don't like having. I want to be God in my own platform. That's the end goal. I want to get off of YouTube and take I want to use YouTube as a incubation to build my own studio. almost like a Tyler Perry. But my distribution is not going to be in theaters. It's going to be my own Hulu, my own Netflix. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I might call it the Genius Machine, but I want to be one of them. That's the direction I want to go. I want to get to the point where when Tyler Perry comes out with a movie, he doesn't go to Netflix. He comes to me to put the movie out. That's how huge I want to be. I want to be a owner of my own streaming uh, movie and television platform. You know what I'm saying? That's the new way. And I think that starting my own YouTube channel and consistently putting out content um, will be the way to do it. And consistently and put my life towards it. And once I get millions of followers, take those followers and bring them over to my own platform. And then I can start hiring people. I can hire people to do to do the domain or do the guidelines. I can start hiring people. That's the end goal, is give people jobs, man. Good paying jobs. Not just no bullshit job where they gotta, live in a shabby apartment. I want to eventually get myself to a position where I can pay people good salaries where they can actually start building a life for themselves. A lot of these jobs ain't good paying people enough money to build a life for themselves. These jobs not paying people enough money just so they can go to work, come home, and have enough money to get back to work the next day. That's about it. There's no companies or jobs that can really give people the American dream, especially not for black people. They pay us the least of the least to make sure that we don't get the house with the picket fence. You know what I'm saying? I want people to own homes. I know so many people, man, that are in their 50s never owned a home. Black. In their 60s never owned a home. Never had their own yard. Never had, they always had to pay somebody else rent. Never had their own backyard. Never had their own big kitchen with the island. It's people black worked their whole life, never owned their own house, especially out here in LA. And that's sad, dude. That's sad. I want to be able to own a company where I can give people enough money that they can actually own a house. They can actually buy a house in their 20s. My mama was amazing. She was able to buy her first house in her mid 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like who does that? You can't do that now. She did that shit like in the 60s when Jim Crow was around. You know what I'm saying? Like she did that. 3-bedroom house, 1 bathroom, carport and everything. Living room, dining room. Small, but she in her 20s. That's very rare nowadays. Especially in California. Black? In your 20s? If you ain't no, and you ain't no rapper, ain't no ball player? Oh man. That's what I want to do. That's the end goal. You know? I don't want to be on my deathbed at 96 and I want to feel like I want people to thank me, not to strip my own ego, but like I helped people survive. I helped people realize their dreams. That'd be so amazing. Charles, thank you for helping me put food on my table. I can actually save up and buy my mama, pay my mama doctor bills or help my mama out. You know what I'm saying? Like that feels, help my sister go to college. You paid me a good salary. Because when you pay people good, they're going to want to work good because they don't want to lose their job. And you treat them good, that makes them want to value that job even more. But if you pay them, I think, because I'm saying, I'm telling you, man, when I work jobs and people would pay me these little rinky-dink salaries, like my motivation wasn't there. Because I felt like I was on a hamster. I feel like there was no escape. There was no, I'm liking what I'm doing, but I'm not being compensated for it. My car battery dying and I ain't got enough money to buy the battery for my car. I know. I don't want to do that. You know? Can you work for me for free? No interning. Like that's some Hollywood white uh, people bullshit. When somebody work for you, they should pay you. Don't give a fuck what they doing. You should do an intern. No. We, stuff is getting high. Can't nobody work for nobody for free no more. Stuff is too damn high. That's some bullshit. That working for people for free. Mm-mm. You can't work for free. You can't work for people for free no more. That's some bullshit. For real, for real. Mm-mm. Don't work. You know what I'm saying? You need to work, improve it. No. Mm-mm. Somebody works for you, you ain't to pay. This ain't slavery. That's just a slick way for white people to bring slavery back. That internship bullshit. So somebody work. That's my whole thing. If somebody works for me, I'm gonna pay them. Paying what they work. But I'm not gonna pay for you to slack off. You have to work, and I'm gonna pay you. You know, the more talented, the quick you are. Oh, this guy deserves a good salary, and that's gonna make everybody want to step their game up. Oh, look how much he pays such and such, or you know, he. If I step my game up, make myself more valuable, I can get paid a good wage. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing, man. I wanna own my own Netflix streaming platform to be able to show, and also I can be able to choose and pick people's independent films and give other people a shot and a shine. They ain't got to go through Sony Pictures and maybe we'll read your script, all that bullshit. People can actually go out there and shoot content and submit it to me, you know, through my Netflix type. I say Netflix because it's not gonna be called Netflix, but I'm trying to give y'all the vision that I want to end. I want my own Netflix type streaming service, you know, funneled through YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So eventually I can get off YouTube. I may keep my YouTube channel. That'll be where all my PG content is, because YouTube has all those guidelines. Everything will be completely PG. But if you want the real rough, raw, you want the real raw content, you want the Quentin Tarantino type content, you'll come to my channel and give me, you know, $8 a month to see the real content. You know, music videos, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not nothing to the point where it's going to offend people, but at the point where I can be a little bit more free on my own. I can be the god of my YouTube. That's the end game. I want to be the god of my own YouTube platform. You know what I'm saying? That's the end game. So I just said it, and I'm putting it out there in fruition. Hopefully, you guys keep watching this, and eventually it'll come to fruition. It's all about energy. It's all about putting it out there, meditation, prayer, and action, and working hard. So I need to get back to work. So to make that dream come true, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching and subscribe.